For the anniversary of Apollo 11, we have a special that's coming up in the Space Interactive Virtual Reality Museum. And if you stay to the end of this video, we are going to give you a sneak peek of what's coming up in July for people who join the Space Interactive Virtual Museum. In this issue of Spacecraft Guide, we are going to work on the International Space Station. We are actually in the Destiny module, and we're going to continue our work on the caution and warning panel, and we are going to zoom in here on the caution and warning panel, and we're going to work on the fire push button. And when you click on it, it takes you to the fire push button page. The fire push button illuminates when fire or smoke is detected in pressurized element. The push buttons are used for manual event identification and silencing. So when the fire is going off and you want to silence the alarm, you know that that there is a fire. You want to turn it off, turn off the siren or the warning, so that way you can start thinking and communicating with other people. So when we go into General Manual, we see here that the Class 1 emergency tone, it repeatedly beeps. So that's the tone you're going to hear, and the button will turn red. And that is, it will do this in case event that causes a life-threatening condition for the crew that requires immediate crew action. You see, there's only 3 emergencies. One is fire or smoke in the pressurized element, rapid change in cabin pressure, or toxic atmosphere condition. So we're dealing with number 1 here, the smoke in the pressurized element. So what we see normally, like for the station mode, that would come down to here with survival, and that supports long-term station operation in the presence of a major failure and lack of operational control, and entered manually by crew, ground, or external vehicle, or automatic upon detection of a completed failure of a critical station function. All right, so then coming back, we look at the schematics and we see, okay, for the US module caution and warning panel, looks like this. According to the schematics, that's right over here in the lab, or the Destiny module right here. And let's see, the last thing I wanted to go over was the non-normal. So what we do is there fire and smoke in node 1. Node 1 action, first of all, you notify the shuttle there is a fire and where it is, and you can check that off. Then you don the quick don mask. Now that is to make sure that you're not overcome by any smoke or fumes. And then once you do that, you start going through the rest of the procedures. Now, what you definitely want to do with this is, if it's going through and you notice that the situation is getting worse or you can't contain the fire, you get out of that nodule. Here you would egress to the shuttle, or nowadays it would be to the Soyuz spacecraft or whatever spacecraft is docked up there. That's all for this week. If you would like to use this interactive virtual reality exhibit on the command module, the lunar module, and the surface of the moon, just go to our Patreon page, and the link will be down below. Here's another hint of what's going to be available in July for the anniversary of Apollo 11. this might, well, it will be in the museum with a lot more features, explaining a lot more things that are in this space capsule. So, if you sign up in July, you'll be able to get your hands on this interactive virtual reality exhibit with a lot more interactions. Like this. That's all for this week. If you would like to use this interactive virtual reality exhibit on the command module, the lunar module, and the surface of the moon, just go to our Patreon page and the link will be down below.